Will it happen in 2023? I'm unsure. Number 10, the Bretton Woods system of monetary management, aka the West control of the world's money, will collapse. This will lead to the IMF and the World Bank crashing. The euro and the dollar will stop circulating as the global reserve currencies, and digital fiat currencies will be actively used instead. He continues, season's greetings to you.
Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Makakodash, to all the sincere men of Great Millstone pushing the gospel, and to all the like-minded brothers doing likewise. Shalom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth, and to the sincere Aqua, and to the other Akiam who hear and believe. Shalom. And we heard it. You see, it's pretty much over, right? Because you see, they have a plan to crash the US dollar, which we know the US dollar is very dominant in the world, Most places that you go, they use the US dollar, including out here in Jamaica, so-called Jamaica, where when you go to a lot of tourist attractions, a lot of them have you paying in US dollar, which is stupid. but the fact of the matter is, they're getting ready to do away with money, as we know, right? And that's just one step closer to the MOTB, which I'm very happy to hear this. Very, very happy to hear this. The IMF, World Bank, will crash. And countries like Jamaica borrow money from the IMF. So if the IMF goes down, basically we get joke, we get knock as well. We won't be able to get any more money because the IMF money is what finances Jamaica and other small islands, right? So when they crash that, Jamaica will have no choice and them other countries but to get on board with the digital, currency that they're going to push. So they're going to replace money as we know it with digital currency. And that's where things get interesting. Is me I say. And at the end of the day, this just proves that, the MOTB is right around the corner, which means the end of this age for the rulership of the so-called white man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Tell it. Really? Salakia, it does this at times. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Here it is. Start of verse 7. And this is the Lord speaking unto the prophet Esdras by means of an angel, because the angels are messengers. And it says here, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So you see, this is mentioning all the way back in Genesis, Jacob and Esau all over again, which we know those patriarchs died a long time ago. So what's the significance of these two patriarchs, these two sons being mentioned now? I will tell you. Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, which proves that Esau has not been done away with. Contrary to what Christians are trying to say, that Esau, that Esau is done away with. No. He's here on earth today, and he will be ruling based on prophecy. And this scripture here will say Esau is the end of the world, which means the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, which means that Jacob, the kingdom of the Israelites, is coming up after this, right? And that will be headed by Yahweh Shai. The world ignorantly calls Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai. That's his name in the pure Hebrew. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, right? Not Yahweh or Yahuwah or Yah. The true name is Yahweh. You understand what I say? So the end of this age mean that our kingdom is coming up. We are the biblical Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the true people in the Bible, that holy nation, So at the end of the day, we see what they're doing. And Esau is desperate for control. He wants to enslave the world by means of this, this digital shackle, if you will. That rice grain device. You understand? He wants to use the Carax, that syringe needle, to insert, the stamp of servitude, that charagma, with the grapher, written information. You understand what I say? Those are Greek terms when you break down the word mark in Revelation 13:16. That's how we know it's a physical thing, right? And that chip will be digital currency as well, which they come up with digital currency, and the ultimate aim is to have it on the chip, that device that will be implanted under the skin. You see me? And no nation could come up with a better plan to enslave the world, to the point where all of them is actually on board with this. You see me? And they're going to help to promote it. We see countries like Nigeria coming up with digital currency. Out here in Jamaica, they have the Jamdex. These nations are getting on board. You know what I mean? And Jake do have a say in the matter. These Israelites that are taking things for granted right now, not realizing the sign of the times, they will not have a say in the matter. This thing just going to come, and it's going to be forced. Or the scripture say, he caused it all in a very subtle way. It pushes them in that direction to take it, cut off all of the benefits, do away with money, so they don't have a choice when money go on the chip, in order to spend, buy, sell, or enjoy life. Well, which they won't be enjoying life anyway, but to basically carry out any form of transaction, really, that chip with the digital currency will be needed. And that is when a lot of them are going to realize, them get fucked. You see me? You just say it like that. You're going to either have to take it or be an outcast, a menace to this, beast system that you're setting up. And this is exactly why we can't be tangled up in the affairs of the world, loving this world, having all of these attachments, which give it up for those brothers who, that don't have women or children. You understand me? I said, you're in better shape. They stand a better chance, less attachment to the world. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have children or to have a woman, but at the end of the day, it is easier for them brothers to focus on what is truly important, right? Because this world is heading down a dark path, is me I say, at the end of the day. Romans 12 and verse 2, it says here, and, just getting to the point. As a matter of fact, verse 1, and it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai through his Son, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, set apart, acceptable unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service, because that what they are for serve the Lord. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And that renewal of our mind, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, it's going to trigger by default the notion to reject the device when it comes on the scene. You understand what I say? We don't want a part of this, because we don't want to lose our lot in salvation. So we pray that one with us every day. 2 Corinthians 8:27. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, the dirty chip, but the desires of those that keep thy testimonies in affliction. You see that's why we care. You see, that's why we love the brotherhood so much. Because we know that you have some men, even among Great Millstone, will break under pressure. They'll go back into the world. A lot of them are going to some of them will take the chip, which we really hope that's not the case, but it will happen, right? Because not everybody is genuine in the faith. We have to be realistic, So the sincere brothers out there, we see the afflictions that they go through daily. We see brothers trying to keep the testimonies of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. The last 37 commandments as well. So that's who we regard our brothers and our sisters, few sisters in the truth. We get ready to tell this chip fuck off, with the possibility of being put to death, martyrdom. You see me I say? Yeah. So this chip don't scare us. You understand what I say? Because the suffering behind not taking this chip is real. It's real. The pain, being persecuted, being regarded as mad for not wanting to go back to normal in this society. Just take the chip. Things will be easier. You'll be able to buy stuff for your family, So at the end of the day, we get ready to walk away from all of that. Because we know that the glory that we're seeking, it far supersedes some stinking device that they're going to force us to put under the skin, and in the brain, because I have the brain chip as well. It's probably going to be more expensive, and it's probably more than likely going to be more, reserved for the upper class people, so to speak, brain chip. But the point is, this device, we are getting ready to deny it, because at the end of the day, taking it, it will mark us for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's rejection, and that's what we don't want. Yeah, point has been made. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. It was a quick one. Kalalayam La, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom.